This is believed to be the first time in New York State history that a sitting school board member has ever sat before the commissioner for a removal hearing here at the State Education Department building in Albany. This is a complicated legal case that really began 6 months ago, 2 days before Christmas. This story begins on December 23rd, the day Art Voice published its 2017 wish list featuring answers from local figures. Carl Palladino answered that he'd like to see Barack Obama die of mad cow disease and his wife Michelle return to being a male and let loose in the outback of Zimbabwe.
Palladino needs to go!
For months, protesters called for Palladino's resignation, and they packed board meetings to voice their displeasure with what they viewed as another racist comment.
When you're dealing with racism and a bigot, you call it out.
Palladino did apologize, saying this was a little deprecating humor which America lost for a long time. Merry Christmas and tough luck if you don't like my answer. He did not, however, answer our questions in our first attempt to interview him. There were speakers tonight who mentioned your history of offensive comments. How can you convince the public that won't happen again? Palladino's remarks were deeply troubling for School Board President Barbara Seals Nevergold.
Totally out of line, and they're unacceptable.
Originally, the 6 school board members wanted Palladino kicked off the board because of those comments about the Obamas. But after they consulted with their lawyer, they decided to change their petition based on a completely different argument. And that is how we got here to the state capitol. They asked for Palladino's removal because of different comments he made in a January 5th Art Voice article. Palladino had written a scathing editorial about the recent teachers' contract negotiations. But why did the board change course so drastically in the new resolution? Palladino's school board ally Larry Quinn had this explanation.
This is a joke. This is searching for a way to get at him. I understand why people might want to get at him.
But now, here in Albany, State Education Commissioner Mary Ellen Elia must determine whether Palladino violated education law by willfully neglecting his duty as a school board member. As this is all happening, Palladino has now filed a federal lawsuit against the 6 board members in the district, accusing them of violating his First Amendment right to free speech. Palladino argues the 6 board members are retaliating against him because they didn't like what he said about the Obamas.
It's improper for them to seek my removal on the basis that they've complained, and I will fight it.
The lawyer arguing against Palladino in this case tells me he expects about 12 witnesses combined between the two parties. This hearing begins bright and early tomorrow at 9 a.m. Reporting here in Albany, Danny Spiewak, Channel 2 News.